Hello everybody, Sunny Bunani.
Thank you for being part of our family.
And welcome to the Lock Fam Diaries.
Yes, we're back again, you guys. We are back again with why God should be the foundation of your relationship.
Episode 3.
Yes.
So let's kick it off. All right. Why God should be the foundation of your relationships. Number 1. God provides a solid moral compass. Now, honey, how does God provide us a solid moral compass?
So he provided us a solid foundation by introducing us into communication, by us having to learn how to communicate, because in our past relationship, when we have a conversation in our past relationship, you didn't have communication. You didn't have as much as communication that you have in this relationship, and so do I. And then also he also led us into letting us know that we gotta break the generational curses in both our families. And also, what was the third one, baby?
The third one was understanding how to manage God's wealth, or manage God's currency and money that comes to us, which was having those conversations.
Right.
Understanding that there's a great quote of, it's like, if you have debt, then someone else is the master of your money and your life.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's better to pay off your debt.
Ooh,
so no one masters
cheers.
your
I
life.
like
that. So we understood that, and then like also too, being seekers in that area too. So it's not just God's whispering in your ear. You have to also be a seeker as well, of asking the right questions and understanding the principles and values that God has to offer, and already telling us what to do with that.
Yeah.
And so finances was another area in life. Health was another.
Yes.
Us coming together, figuring out our workout plans.
Meal preps, meal plans. Yeah, that's what we're about to do right now.
Yeah.
Workout.
Our workouts, meal prepping, how we want to eat as a family, and how do we want our meals to be, what they consist of and what they look like.
Yeah.
Having focusing on longevity when it comes to health, projecting also to what does health look like to us. You know, having a solid awareness of this is a vessel, and in order to take this vessel to the next levels, it has to be maintained and managed a certain way.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So I would say that first and foremost, in your relationship, if you want me to give you an advice on like what to do to maintain or to develop a great foundation, is to get closer to God and have a partner who's gonna also understand that, and also have great communication, because great communicating about anything is the best part of any relationship, friendship, family, like strong communication, like real things that you don't want to hear them from anyone, like you don't want people to be straight up with you. That communication, that type of communication where you're gonna be like, okay, yes, that's a fact, all right, fine, okay, let's change, how can we change it, how can I do this? It's also, you have to grow,
speaking life into you. Yes,
you have to grow mentally, you have to grow spiritually when you're doing things like that. And also understanding financial, like where is your partner want to be, where do you want to be, if you'll come together, what do you both want, you know, because you don't want to be dating people for just dating, you know, you also want to create something, you want to build something. So start over there, start by getting closer to God, knowing who you believe in, because most of the people don't believe in God. No, they don't know what they believe in. Believe in something, at least believe in something, have that thing that's going to lead you, whatever that is that you believe in, that's going to lead you. All right, y'all, so do you want to say anything?
Yeah, I do. First and foremost, guys, No one has all the answers. None of us have all the answers.
Yeah.
But we already have an internal compass that allows us to have awareness and seeking and knowing when things feel right and don't feel right. And if you are, I'm only speaking to the people because I know there's people who don't believe in certain things, and that's fine with me. But if you are a seeker and you're seeking truth in this world, truth and what we're here for, the purpose of why we're here, what's our calling? You know, are we here to just work 9 to 5s? Are we here to do great things? Are we here to help others? And what does helping others look like? You know, is it helping others in a large volume, or is it helping others through a certain system, like, you know, nursing or things like that? And I feel like when you ask a question to your inner being, such as like for me personally, I ask a question to God, or I ask a question to the Creator, Source, whatever you want to call God. God has many names, but just being, when I say Creator, you get my gist, right? And overall, how can I help people on a large volume while being prosperous at the same time? You know, how can I be of service, and what does that look like? What does it look like to have a team of people that work alongside with us in order to flourish a vision of ours, right? And how can we help that team? How can that team help us, right? And how can we make an impact in this world? And so when it comes to that, and you start questioning things like that and how to be on that level, because it takes a level to step up to, right? It's not just a wake up and I'm going to be like this. Like, no,
there's
progression, but the fact that you're aiming so high, you're going to generate and receive, and things are going to come to you on a vast scale, because now you're asking for these things, and now you're going to have to step up to it when you get the moments of opportunity that presents themselves to you. So with that being said, being of service, what was the last point that we had? It was
generational wealth.
Generational wealth. What does health look like to
generational wealth?
Fine. Like, what does God's wealth look like? We're managing it, and how do we contribute within donations and being of service on that level? God's gonna bless you what you use, like how you manage the things that you have, and the level of management that you have is how you're gonna receive more. And if your management skills are trash, well, you already are experiencing what that is like. You already experienced what you have been experiencing for the last 5 years, 10 years.
Yeah, that's right.
And so that means change. That means that you have to make change in what you've been doing. And understand, if you don't understand how to manage, read books on how to manage. Read different people's perspectives and listen to different people's perspectives on how they manage their lives. Because everything we get from the finance, from the money that we get, to our health, to our relationships, it's all management. All of it's management.
You saying speaking on change. I was out here thinking, like, I'm gonna whisper this because we have a daughter in the house. I'm gonna whisper, that shit is not easy. It is not. It is not easy.
No, it's not supposed to be
one
either.
Step at a time, and don't give up on yourself. That's what I can say.
Yeah. Because, like, you know, we all heard this quote, it takes pressure to make diamonds.
Oh, yes.
That diamond that sparkles in so many ways, and people are mesmerized when they look at it, and they're like, dude, how did they get all of these reflections, little windows in there, and they're just mesmerized on what it took. But they don't understand what it actually took on a scientific level of the pressure that had to be built up in order to push whatever minerals that had to be pushed into it to create whatever it was that created it. You know, and it's on a whole other level. It's not like we're there in technology where we can actually plant the camera there and watch the process of a diamond being made. No, not yet. Not yet. You know, not yet. That's but it's not supposed to be easy. You know, put it back on the other side.
Yeah, but I'm mostly.
Well, the only reason why I say it, because if it's rubbing against something, like your skin is on your flesh,
It wasn't my flesh the last time.
Okay. We got it anyways. So that was health, communication, skills,
health, communication,
finances, how to deal with God's wealth, how to manage God's wealth, and then another part when we were talking
getting
about
closer to God.
Getting closer to God.
Yeah.
Right. Getting closer to God, what that looks like for you. And
for you and your partner.
For you and your partner.
Yeah.
The faith walk.
Sometimes you're gonna that's the next one.
No. We were talking about we was talking about someone speaking into you, being able to speak into you.
Speaking into your speaking life.
Yeah.
Speaking life into your partner.
Yep.
That comes along the way. Once you start communicating stronger, or getting having great communication skills, it makes it easy for you to speak life into your partner, because you're going to understand your partner more than you not knowing and having all the devil thoughts in your mind and just like, oh, whatever, like stuff like that. Because if you don't because if you don't talk to the person, you don't know what another person is thinking yet, right? So it comes along with the journey.
Doing that work, and then the last one was, what does our relationship look like? The things that, say for instance, intimacy, right? I would say understanding each other's needs is another aspect of it, right?
Yeah. We're still talking about solid.
We are. I think it was like the points that we were making for that. Like, how does that
earlier? Okay.
Right? Because that's the next level. That's another level of our connection.
Yeah.
And there's different forms. It doesn't necessarily have to be a sexual thing. There's different forms. How can I be of service to my wife? And that's what I mean too, as far as intimacy, being of service.
Yeah.
Right. Being of service on a level, and what that looks like, and being service not just only for myself, but my wife as well. And when you have relationships, you want to know your service to each other. You want to know how this person, you want to know how they tick and everything like that, the same we would say too, as far as on our own personal journey with doing it to ourselves, that we do it for God as well, right? Knowing, getting intimate with God and knowing how God ticks, what God sees, what He desires, with His principles, values, and understanding things like that.
That's right. Okay, so number two.
Right.
Number two are strength during challenges. This one is amazing because we've just been through that, during strength during challenges, like being able to do things together. Like, our communication skills helped us in order for us to understand each other, right? And not having conflict when challenges comes into our household, because challenges are always going to come.
Yeah.
You're always going to be going through something. And whether you are in a state of what?
I heard something stop. What?
Okay.
This one? It's this one. iPad storage is full.
That's why I was also trying to let's continue, come on, before that one is full. That's why I was like, let's cut it.
Damn.
Okay.
Oh, we got a dead camera.
All right, well, moving on to, what was I saying, baby? Get that. Okay, strength during strength during challenges. Okay, so strength during challenges. How do we go through that? Well, with communication and challenges, it makes it clear, it makes it simple, it makes it you want it? You're disappointed now, huh? Wow. Okay, so this is gonna be tough for you to edit right now because we are in and out of the conversation.
Yeah.
So going through challenges together was past couple of weeks, right?
Yeah.
We had went through it past couple of weeks, and we had to stay strong together because we have been communicating and we know each other and we know the things that we believe in and the things that we don't believe in. And if somebody gets out of the way, it's easier for another person to bring them on the line, right? And say, hey, remember, this is what we do and this is what we believe in and this is what we said we were going to do. So going through what we went through, it was tough, but it didn't feel so tough because we've been working on our minds, mindset wise, and spiritually, physically, and financially. We've been working on all those areas of our lives so much that I would say that it wasn't as tough as it would have been before, right? It wasn't as stressful as it would have been before when we went through it. So we went through it, and we know that there are more challenges that are going to come, and as we are growing, we're getting better to solving the problems, and the problems are we just have to believe that, you know what, we're going to solve this, and we solve it, you know. So yeah, just believing in each other and speaking life to each other also comes into that, because once you go through challenges, you gotta motivate your partner, because somebody's gonna be low vibration at that point, and you gotta push and say, hey, remember, you know. Then to be like, yeah, I know, then to agreeing with what they're saying, but you gotta be the strongest, or the other person has to be the strongest. At that point, it's vice versa, because sometimes I'm the weakest and sometimes he's the weakest, and we just have to pull each other together. Pull. Yeah. Do you have anything to say about me, baby? It's okay. Yeah, we're not gonna die. Let's just do it. We're 17 minutes in. The faster we go, the better.
All right. I am bummed out that the other camera just died, and when I get ready to edit this, it's not gonna be the same.
Yeah, it's not gonna be the same. It's not exciting anymore.
I really just want to cut you guys off right now and just end the whole thing.
No.
But
strength during challenges.
All right, strength during challenges. Basically, being able to both of us having a level-headed mindset when we come across challenges and things that feel like they want to hinder us in our journey towards the thing. And so, with that being said, how we both look at those things that come our way, and how we having a level-headed mind and having a calm heart, are able to respond to those things than reacting to those things.
Yeah.
Right? Depending on each level of those experiences that are coming our way. And so we gain resistance, and we get stronger the more we respond to those experiences that are coming our way than reacting to them.
Yeah,
so we kind of create this numbness in a way that most would not be able to understand yet. And we understand because at one point we were reacting to a lot of unwanted experiences.
So painful.
Yeah. And me as the husband and as the leader in the family, I had to come to the table with my wife and speak on certain things. And I'm blessed to have her because she allows herself to be moldable when the words or that the idea that I speak on is true in heart, right? And so that allows much great success in all the things that we're talking about.
I appreciate that.
Absolutely. And I heard someone said it best, is like, there's no point for a woman to be submissive to any man, or
it looks like you're reading, you know?
Right. Submissive to any man if they are not following a God, following something more than themselves, right?
Yeah.
And women are very tuned into a higher presence, right? More than, I'm not gonna say more than men, but they connect to that realm, and their essence of women connect to that realm much faster. And so when they come across males, they can already sense whether or not that male is connected to a higher presence, right? Depending on the energy that they sense. Like some women know that they're dealing with men who don't have a path. They are not connected. They don't know where they're going.
That's right.
And they can sense that shit right off rip, you know? And you have some women who are numb because the environment that they're in hasn't exposed them and their senses to a sensitivity of what they're seeking. Mm-hmm. They know something's off, but they are more in the physical when they're dealing with the men, and they keep hitting the wall, and they're like, "You, I don't get it," until they get to a certain maturity level. Now they start to like catch up and things like that, and they start to become more wise on who they're dealing with, things like that. Right. But yeah, overall, strength during challenges is the thing.
Yeah.
And what that is.
Going through it together.
Well, we've
been through it. We've been through a lot. We've been through our car getting totaled. We've been through our lights getting cut off.
Yeah.
We've been through
starting the businesses.
Yeah, starting the businesses, everything being hard. We've been through going deep in debt. Mm-hmm. We've been through
finding a new
not being able to pay rent on time.
Not being able to pay rent on time. Moving out of our one of our homes to start Airbnb in.
Yes, just to.
Yeah, so much. What else? Going through tough times with even managing the businesses.
Managing the finances was hard. We were just all over the place. We didn't know what we were doing until it was time for us to be like, you know what, let's sit down and let's do the shit. Mm-hmm. Because this is not fun. It is not fun leaving, moving around, going around knowing that I don't got it all together, you know?
Yeah.
And I want to get it all together. So yeah, it's been very, very, very tough, you guys. And I believe that most of the people go through this. I don't want to stick in this topic for a long time, but most of the people go through this and they don't know what to do. They don't know what to run. The things that we are talking about right now, the things that we've been through, it breaks marriages, it breaks relationships. Yeah. Because it's frustrating. So having communication as a first thing on your relationship and having great communication is the biggest thing that I would tell you to start with. And we have love talks. Love talks is when we talk to each other about how are you feeling, like what's going on, what are you thinking, what do you want to do, what are you doing this week, what do you need help with, what are your goals, what are we supposed to do this week and next week and whatsoever, and how far are we, what have we had achieved. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
No, it's not. It's more to it.
It's more to it for now. Yeah. For now, we can come back and talk about you guys. Mm-hmm. Talk to you guys about it. Just to share ideas if you want. And also, don't be afraid to comment down below and ask, hey guys, go back to that love talk thing that you were talking about that I don't know what it is, and tell me more because I need to know more. Okay, slide in our DM if you have to.
Slide in the DM.
Yes. Okay, so number 3, unity in faith. What does that look like in your relationship? I'm still looking at that.
Man, it sucks so bad because that switch camera thing is like it.
Yeah.
That's all.
Okay, so yeah, unity in faith. How does that look like in your relationship, Hobby?
Unity in faith. For instance, something like what we were just talking about a couple minutes ago, but how we do one thing is how we do all things.
Exactly.
And when we walk a certain way together, like she was saying, we've been through a lot of experiences, so
that's part of it.
That's part of it. And then not only that, you walk different when y'all been through stuff.
Yeah.
And the confidence level in certain things show because of the experiences that you went through.
Mm-hmm.
And when you guys can have faith outside yourself and put that in God, you can call it,
It's a masterpiece.
It is a masterpiece. Because then you're not operating in the sight, right? You're operating within the non-physical, operating within the knowing.
Yeah.
Right? And the knowing, a lot of people don't get.
Mm-hmm.
But they do get it for certain things if you was to bring it to their awareness. Like, some people know when stuff is about to happen.
Yeah.
Right? They just sense that something's about to happen.
Just like you, sometimes I'll be feeling like you're bringing it to existence, you're bringing it to life.
Yeah.
Like I remember when we when we got our light cut off, you kept on checking, you kept on saying things about it. Remember when that guy was over there and you were like, is he cutting off our lights? You know, like you were ready, but not ready. But you were just like feeling it, you had it. Over here, and I did it, and I was like, it's just gonna come when it comes,
Yeah.
And also, okay, no, I'm not gonna share everything, but yeah, you go ahead.
Okay. But yeah, a lot of people sense a lot of knowings and stuff like that. Like, maybe they're about to go out with their friends and stuff like that, and they got a sense that their friends are not about to do the thing that they said they was going to do or something like that, right? This small stuff. But the bigger picture of it is that knowing that things are going to work out, knowing that things are always working out for you, knowing that this too shall pass, and it's going to be on the better and fewer less satisfying events,
Yeah.
And with that being said, you guys have a sense where, because we have our daughter, so there's a certain persona that we have to step up to as far as even in excellence. So when we mirror those things, or when we become an example of those things, she can mirror what we are doing.
Yeah.
Right? Which brings that unity aspect in it, because I'm not only just doing it myself. My wife is not only doing it herself. We're doing it together. And then we also, by us doing it together, amplifies that which our daughter sees.
Will do.
And they reflect that, right? And so they understand, and we explain what faith is, right? But that also, as me as a father, I have to also tie into prayer and introducing her and opening that realm for her to connect with God, right? Because that's my duty as a father, is to create that relationship and open that realm and that awareness of God, right? And how she can create that relationship at a young age, or how they can create that relationship at a young age. And so that's my understanding of
unity and faith. I would say the same. However, I want to shine light on the things that we've been through and how we have believed that it would change, and it would be it's taken us to the better than us saying that, or fighting with each other, or arguing with each other about the situation. That we come together and we're like, you know what, this is making us. You remember when they were, I don't know what was happening. Oh, they were evicting us at the Airbnb.
Oh.
And we were like, it's another hit. We'll go through it, and that's it,
Yeah.
And we wrote an email, and we were like, this we were not so stressed like we would have been if it was long time ago. But we were like,
people.
Yeah, we were like, okay, well, you know what? Things will happen. We had faith. We sent the email. We were like, just give us one more time and da da da, and we will do 1, 2, 3. And then they were like, no, and we were like, this, we just had to.
We speak to the
manager? Yes, we had to like act as if we knew what we were doing, even though we didn't know what we were doing. But we walked in faith. We were like, this place right here, God gave us this place, and it wouldn't just go like that, cannot just go like that. There's no way. So
because we were already LLC and everything, we were figuring out how to go about it with communicating with property.
I think it was slow months. What pushed us back is because there's a peak and there's a slow.
And we didn't understand that.
Yes, and we were not prepared for the slow months. We were like,
so we were coming out of pocket basically
because everything was paying itself. Like the Airbnb pays itself, and everything is running itself.
Yep.
So when we got to the slowest peak of the year, we were like, oh my God, what's happening? Like how are we gonna do this?
And then now we a little bit on the payments.
And then they were like, no eviction, da 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 da.
Yeah, they were like, if you can't pay it this day, then we're gonna.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, you're doing Airbnb.
No, they said on Monday. They said you guys need to be gone by Monday. They gave us the letter on Thursday, I think. And we had the people inside the Airbnb, which was the most embarrassing thing for the people. And then they gave the letter to the people that was inside the Airbnb.
They just put it on the door and the inside.
Yeah. And we were just like, however, we went through
water off a duck's back in so many ways, because it was like, but at the same time, it was like we already had been through a lot to where it was like, no, man, like, no. Like, if it is what it is, then cool. Like,
it's okay. But we didn't even think about if it is what it is. We were like, no, there's no way. We ain't letting it go.
No, we weren't like, we ain't letting it go. It was more like we are going to talk to them.
Yeah.
And these are the things that we can talk to them about.
And say.
But at the same time, when I said, if it was the path, we was already prepared. Like,
on what we're gonna do.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was already like, but it was like so path of least resistance ridiculous.
Exactly, yeah.
And so when the property manager got back, long story short, she was like, all right, well, if you can pay it on this day, then you can go ahead and continue to do an Airbnb and just make sure And then we did that, boom, 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 and we was paying all the way to the end of the lease. It was like,
that's right.
Yo, that's crazy. Like, how many people can actually say that story? And it was like,
yeah.
That was a good scenario though, because that was a moment of where we were talking to ourselves too about it. It was like we're just gonna try to look up the message. We're gonna they let us talk. The lady was like, yeah, you gotta have your stuff. I was like, okay, cool. Went in there like, hey, can we talk to the property manager? Would that be okay? And you just using your proper manners and stuff like that. Just doing it professionally. Like, yeah, we apologize. This is A, B, and C that happened and such. And I know excuses are not a thing, but what we didn't do was communication. We weren't having transparency. And so when all of that, it was like, yeah, you can talk, here, email her. Like, yeah, so the property manager get back with you. And she was like, yeah, she said you could do this. It was like, so would you have that? Awesome, It was a good moment. It was a good moment to recognize that God does great things, man. God does great things when you operate from a place of knowing than a place of fear and lack. Exactly.
And also when we went through your car being total.
Yeah, that was a challenge.
Yeah, that was a challenge. But she was like, it's okay. Yeah, we were also like on those times where it was like, you know what, we gotta just let go and let God right now and take it.
And we were at the nutrition shop. So we were at the nutrition shop serving up shakes at our nutrition club. And
saving
that scenario happened.
And just
and
we're about to create content.
Yeah, we were creating content. And we were about to the thing is where we were located, the only reason why I was so like bummed out about it is because where we were located, we needed a vehicle to get back and forth because the system, like, it was out of the outskirts. The bus system, there was no way to, like, the walk was ridiculous, and it was just like, dude, it'd be all right if we can like get on the bus or something like that and just get back. But we gotta ask somebody for a ride. Then we gotta be up here at 6:30 a.m. in the a.m. to open up shop again. And no, like it was like this sucks.
So you and also we had to. I had to leave. Go drop him off at work and then go to the Airbnb, supervise the Airbnb and do all the other things and then go back to the shop. So it wasn't going to work anyways using the bus or using the Uber because it was going to be too much back and forth. Anyways, yes, just build faith in your relationship as well. Have faith with everything that you're going through. Believe in God. That's why you have to build the relationship with God first. Then go back to having faith in everything, and also mindset. Like it's so important to have a great mindset when you are about to do these things, because there are a lot of things that are, especially in business, there are a lot of things that are going to hit you, and you have to be strong. You have to like dodge the bullet all the time.
When life hits you on the blind side, you gotta get up
and get going, because there's no other way. Nobody got time to be sitting here and listening to you talking about your problems. Okay, so just have faith.
So we said victim vomiting.
Yes, just have faith and have faith in your relationship. Don't go around talking about your relationship, the bad things about your relationship, because we ladies most of the time have the tendency on sitting with each other and just like having communication on like bad mouthing our own relationship, and that breaks the relationship, even though your partner doesn't know about it, but it breaks the relationship because God is like, if you're not doing this, then why are you here? And then it breaks the relationship. And it also breaks the relationship because they're gonna respond with negativity towards what you're saying. They're not gonna tell you the truth. They're not gonna tell you that, hey, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, depending on the type of friends that you have. But that's what did you want to say?
Yeah, I wanted to chime in on that. You can't have faith in your relationship if you don't have faith in God. If you don't have faith in God, how can you have faith in yourself?
Yeah.
A lot of people who be like, I have faith in myself, but you don't show up for yourself.
You don't show up for real.
You don't show up for yourself. You don't chase your goals or your aspirations. And I know it's easy to say I have faith in myself, but like, what does self-love look like for you? Recently me and my wife were listening to some audios and stuff like that, and there's levels to self-love. There's principles to self-love. And how aware are you of those things that already exist, right? Or do you just make up things as you go, And again, being a scholar and being a seeker is critical in this lifetime, because if you show interest in learning something, you'll go and you'll dissect it from all different angles, right? And so with that being said, faith in oneself is only manifested because self has showed self that whenever self says self is going to do something, self does it.
Yes.
And so whenever you say I'm going to do this thing and you show up every time for yourself, once you've already spoken it to yourself, because self hears you. When you make those promises, self hears you. And every time you showed up in the past and didn't do the thing you said, self saw you. And self was like, how can I trust anything you said and you haven't even showed me that you're going to do the thing that you're going to do? And so that's where lack of faith comes in oneself as. So if you don't have faith in yourself, and you don't have faith in, and you don't have faith in God, well, how can you have faith in God if you don't have faith in yourself? Right? Because God got to show up for you. God got to say, you say, hey, God, ask.
And you got to push yourself too. Like, God is going to open the doors for you if you push yourself. into getting to the next level, because he is not gonna like push you to the next level and push you to the next level and push you to the next level. He's gonna open the ways for you to get to the next level, but you also have to be willing to get to the next level. But if you are going to be like, no, today I'm just gonna binge watch Netflix, and I'm just gonna watch
and while the opportunities are floating right past you,
right,
you can't even recognize the opportunities because you're not in tune with self enough to even see the opportunities. You could be having a conversation with a friend, and a friend offer you to come to somewhere.
You could be reading a book.
Yes. And that book tells you what to do through the words. And you have to be understanding that these signs come in many, many different ways.
Yeah.
And the thing is, for you, when you have alignment with self, as far as in yourself, you're able to step back and observe the experience or the thing that is coming into your perspective at that time.
Yeah.
And you're able to say, man, is this a sign? You know? But if you're not in tune with that, you ain't gonna be able to see it, and it's gonna be slapping you in the face all day, every day.
Right.
And God's like, well, I'm showing them the signs, but they don't see it yet. But they'll see it sooner or later.
Yeah.
And God's so patient. He's so patient.
I also wanted to share this with you guys, that you can watch your Netflix. I know there are people who love watching TV. Like, I do love watching Netflix. I do love watching TV. However, I have to do it at a certain time. I have to make sure that I do everything I want to do in the morning, and then come back at night before I go to sleep, maybe when we're eating dinner, and then we can watch that movie on a certain day. And then after that, we go yoga, stretch, or whatever, and then go to bed, right? However, I wouldn't say that, okay, now just because we're saying this, you should cut off your TV, you should cut off this, you should cut off that. No. You can still do your things, but you need to prioritize these things that you do not want to do first. Because if you say, I'm going to do it at the end of the day, you know that I know that you know, and that I know. Yeah. Me and you, we know that I know that I heard that you're not going to know. You're not going to do that. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Unless if you are stronger into it, like you like, it took me a minute to be able to read it when I go to bed. And I also have to say that I need to finish this book, because I have another book that I want to read ASAP. Yes. So now that I have another book, I'm like, I'm gonna finish this one, because now I have to read. Put the book on your pillow. Yeah, now I have to read. Yes, I'm not gonna go to that book if I'm not done with this one. So that's why I'm pushing myself. So I'm reading 2 times a day right now, and just do the things. Just push yourself to get to the next level.
Yeah.
And push yourself to do the things that you don't want to do. Listen to Steve Harvey. Listen to opera. Listen to whoever you want to listen to, the motivational speakers. Listen to Myron Golden. Listen to you name it. Miles Monroe. You name all the people who speaks life into everything and who teaches you. Yes, Eric Thomas, who teaches you. Stormy Wellington, who teaches you about all the things that you need to know, and the people who are above you, people who are going to take you to where you want to be, right? And that's it for today. Did I just sing?
You did. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the wrap up of our content for today for you guys. We hope you love it, and I'm going to get ready to edit this, and excuse us for the dead other point of view or the other camera.
Yeah. And also, if you liked our content, make sure that you like, and if you want to see more, press the notification button and subscribe to our channel. We would appreciate that. And thank you to everyone who subscribed, because we are at 200 subscribers.
We're at 200. We're almost close to our 500 subscribers.
Yes.
So that's awesome. Yes.
I love the fact that we asked, and
we're 210 actually.
We asked, and people are responding.
Yeah. So definitely subscribe with
we're still asking, please, if you come across this, subscribe. Because
especially if you think what we're saying is valuable enough.
Exactly, yes.
Because we're here to give value in things that we feel is true. And
share the video. Share. Sharing is caring, okay?
Share the video, and definitely smash that like button. And as we always say, peace, blessings, prosperity, and successful abundance in your journey in life. Catch you on the flip side.
We'll see you on Wednesday.
Gostosa e joga.